welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name's Kathy. You're watching Kathy's Country Life. Just got home from work as usual. And my hair looks like a rat's nest, but we're going to cook some soup tonight. We're going to cook zuppa di tortellini. Did I sound Italian on that one? Basically, we're making tortellini soup. Very easy, very economical, very delicious. Quick, cheap, easy, delicious. That's what I like. So, got you kind of on a different view. I'm going to be cooking back here. Got some of the ingredients out. We're going to get that started, and then I'm going to make a pumpkin bread, a sweet pumpkin bread, quick loaf pumpkin bread. We are doing Thanksgiving in the mountains this year with my kids and my nephew and his wife and kids, and so we're just going to have a big old get away from it all, stay in a cabin, cook Thanksgiving there. But I'm on vacation too, and I've let my kids know this, that I'm not going to spend the whole day cooking in the kitchen when I'm in the mountains. So I'm trying to get stuff prepared to put in the freezer that I can just transport there. I've already made my dressing, and I've got that in the freezer. I do have videos last year of how I make my dressing, and I'm sure I'll be making another one at Christmas time. I'll video that one for you guys. So I want to get some desserts, quick desserts made and put in the freezer that I can take up there. So my first tackle is going to be pumpkin bread, because I got pumpkins out the yin-yang. They're ready. I've used a lot of them for decorations, and now I have cooked several of them, and we're going to use the puree and make some pumpkin desserts. But first it's going to be a pumpkin bread. So let's get started on the soup. You ready? Okay, I got a Dutch oven out, and I just turned the eye on. I'm going to add a little bit of oil just to cover the bottom. A little bit more because we're going to saute up. You probably need a small bell pepper chopped. I don't have any fresh. This is frozen, which will defrost fairly fast. Fairly fast. What y'all been up to? We really haven't been up to much. You know, it's just like the same old, same old. Go to work, come home. Okay, and I have got a half of an onion chopped, and when I say chopped, it's roughly chopped. There's no rhyme or reason to the pieces. There's some small ones, some skinny ones, some fat ones. I mean, I just quickly ran my knife through it. And that's okay. I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of pepper. Well, not maybe a half a teaspoon of pepper. Then we'll adjust these seasonings as it gets more ingredients and more cooked. Okay, so we're going to let these saute. Come on, I heat up. I am using Italian sausage. This is the sweet ground Italian sausage. This is mild. They also have hot Italian sausage if you like that. Or you can use ground beef. You can use ground chicken. You can use ground pork. It's whatever you like. I'm just choosing 1 pound of the Italian sweet sausage. Okay, let's get this going. I know this is not something you want to sit here and stare at, but once these defrost and start sauteing, I'll be right back. Alright, got the sausage in there, mixing it up. Just want to get a good browning on it. I like soup when it's cold, and we have had some cold weather, but the last 2 days have been beautiful. But I already bought the ingredients, had this in stand by to make, and so we're going to make it. It's cold in my house, so we'll just pretend. I think I'm going to have to get out. The old ground beef, whatever you call it, separator, cruncher, scrambler, whatever. I don't know what this thing is called. Hamper chest. Had it forever. Now, this is a soup recipe that's 40% a recipe that I saw years ago. 60% I'm just making it up. Really, you can't really go wrong with this. If you don't like onions, don't add onions. If you don't like peppers, don't add the peppers. If you don't like Italian sausage, add ground beef. Or like I said, ground chicken, ground pork, whatever your heart desires. I need chicken stock for this, and I tell you what, Kathy is out of chicken stock. I never dreamed it. I made a batch of beef stock about a week or so ago. I had no idea I didn't have any more chicken stock, so we're going to use beef broth in this. That, I've not ever made it with beef broth. I've always used chicken or chicken stock, so we're using beef stock today because I don't have anything, so I'll be doing that in the next, probably this weekend. I'll put on some stock. Okay. Looking pretty good. Smelling really good. Really, 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 really good. Okay. To this, I couldn't find my can opener. To this, I am adding a can of rotel. This is original. You can use mild, you can use hot. You can just use diced up tomatoes that you have, that you buy in a can, or any that you have, you know, that you canned yourself. You can use crushed tomatoes, canned crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, deep diced tomatoes, whatever you want. My tomatoes that I've got, I don't have any just canned tomatoes. I don't think. I always, you know, use my tomatoes for like spaghetti sauce and salsa and stuff like that, but the grocery store cans that I've got are the really big cans, and I don't need that much, so I just grabbed some rotel. Yummy, yummy, yummy for you. Tummy, 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 tummy. And now we're going to add our stock. Like I said, I'm going to use beef. It'll be fine. It will be fine. I've got some bits and pieces that floated to the bottom that didn't get strained out good when I made this batch. Oh, well, it just strained right on through, so wasn't even big. I'm doing 2 quarts of stock, and really you just have to, yep, look at that. That stuff just went right on through. It looked like big chunks. Mmm. I forgot an ingredient, but that's okay. We're going to add it now. Cream cheese. I like to, when I put the meat in to brown, I like to put the block of cream cheese in because it really works in good. But I stuck this in the microwave, kind of soften it up. So, I think it'll be fine once it gets all melted in this heat. I may need to get me a whisk. See if I can't whisk it up some. Much easier if you put the block of cream cheese in when you're sauteing your onions, peppers, and then you put your meat in and just scramble that all together. It gets all melted and smooth that way. But that's okay. We are gonna make it work. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. You cannot put the cream cheese in it and not have like a more creamier soup. I've made it both ways. I'm going to add some of my, if you've got fresh mushrooms, you can. These are freeze dried. Just gonna put about that much. And you don't have to add mushrooms if you don't like mushrooms. But I get them in so they can start rehydrating. Okay. Now then, I have slaved all night making homemade cheesy tortellinis. Let me show you. Now, I put them in this bag just to throw y'all off. I don't want y'all to feel like I have such skills. So anyway, this is a Walmart brand of the cheese tortellinis. It is a 19-ounce bag. Find it in the freezer section. It's filled with ricotta, mozzarella, and Romano cheese. So that's what I'm using. Psych. And I can find my scissors. That's going to cool it down quite a bit. Put the lid on. I'm going to turn it down to low. We're not going to let this cook long. It just, the tortellinis need to be cooked. The mushrooms rehydrated. That cream cheese to get all melted and distributed good in here. And then we'll be back. We'll do a taste test, adjust the seasonings. How easy was that? Alright, I'm back where I like it. Okay, so, pumpkin bread. Alright, so yesterday I took one of my little pumpkins. I think it was a Blue Hubbard. I fourthed it, put it in the oven at 350, cooked it till it got tender. I scooped out the flesh, let it drain in this strainer overnight in the refrigerator, and got quite a bit of liquid out. So there's our pumpkin. There's our pumpkin. Okay, so we got to do some stuff here. I'm I'm going to bring you down, let you see the mixer as I'm putting stuff in. Okay, so we're going to add 1 3/4 cup of flour. This is a 1/2 scoop. That's 1, 1/2, and 1/2 of a half is 1/4. Then we're going to add, get your stuff ready, Kathy, get your stuff ready. Get your stuff ready, Kathy, get your stuff ready. Let me see. Pretty sure this is 1 teaspoon. Let me see. 1 teaspoon. Okay, so we want 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we want 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And we need 2 teaspoons, we need 1/4 teaspoon of nutmegs. I'm just going to go 1/4 of this. And then 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Make sure I got cinnamon. I've told y'all before I got cinnamon and cocoa mixed up where I was kneading cocoa. And yeah, that was a disaster. Okay, baking soda out of the way. Nutmeg out of the way. It also calls for cloves. I'm not putting cloves. And it calls for ginger. I'm not putting ginger. That's just because my husband don't like all those spices. Okay, we're going to give this a whiskey right after we put the power on. Plug it up. Okay, so we got the dry ingredients. I'm using a recipe. Oh, I just tore that. Oh, it was wet and it tore. I'm using a recipe. It's called My Best Pumpkin Bread. I've made pumpkin bread 100 times, but I found this and I thought, try this one. Okay, something is wet down there. Oh gosh, it's. Oh me. I think my tea kettle when I warmed up must have spewed out. Okay. Alright, we'll whisk all that together. And then we're going to, okay, you know, a lot of baking recipes call for you to do your dry ingredients, and then you do your wet ingredients, and you pour your wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. I know that there is a scientific process to do that. However, half the time I do it, half the time I don't see a difference. So we're going to rebel it out today and just do everything in here. That'll save me a dish. You feel me? Do y'all ever do that? I mean, geez, Louise, people. Alright, 2 eggs. And yes, I'm not checking it beforehand. These are eggs from my father-in-law's chickens. And they look good. Okay, then we need to get, we got 2 large eggs. We need 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. All right. Half a cup granulated sugar. Brown sugar, we need 3/4 cup packed. says use light or dark. I've got a lighter one here. That's a half. And half of a half is 3/4. I'm going to give that a blenderoo. I need 1.5 cups of pumpkin puree. There's one, no, that's a half. I think, Kathy. That's 1.5. Usually one of them pumpkins makes about 2 cups, so I'll have a little bit left over. A 1/2 cup of a flavorless neutral oil. I use avocado. You use what you have at the house. Okay, it calls for 1/4 cup of orange juice. I don't have any orange juice, but it says you can substitute milk. Milk I have. So I'm just going to do a half of this. We're going to let that combine. Squeaky. Okay, and the reason why I picked this recipe is because it calls for, let me get it open, chocolate chips. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. 2/3 cup. This is 1/3 cup. What I'm talking about right there. Okay. Calm down. Okay, there is one thing that this recipe did not call for, and that was nuts. Now then, I am nuts. Y'all see what I did there? For pecans and quick breads. So I am going to chop up some pecans to throw in there. I think everything is better sweets wise with nuts. I know some people don't like them, so no, here we go. Don't put it in. The recipe did not call for them, so don't put them in. Let me look at y'all while I'm chopping. Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. I got a cranberry bread that I'm going to make 2 to go up there. Those will be easy, frozen, and will transport easily. And then I'm going to make my chocolate pie, my chocolate chess pie that I've made forever. While we're up there, we're going to celebrate my daughter's birthday. won't be quiet on the day, but it's really just a few days off, so we're going to go ahead and also I'll probably do get a birthday cake while I'm up there. And that can be like our dessert after we eat Thanksgiving meal, because we're coming home the next day after we eat. So we'll have these quick breads just to have to snack on for a couple of days before we cook. I went last Thursday to Christmas Village, the Christmas Village Festival. It's something that is held in Birmingham every year. It's usually the first weekend of November. Starts on a Wednesday, runs through Sunday. For 25 years, me and my best friend have gone to it. We always take a day off work and we go to it. Of course, I used to live in Birmingham, so it wasn't that bad, but anyway, that's a pretty good drive. But we went last Thursday and really was very disappointed. One, the prices have shot up like unbelievable. I just couldn't believe the price. I mean, there are certain vendors that have been there that we have gone to for 25 years. And I mean, a lot of, and it was just amazing how much everything had gone up. And really didn't buy. I bought me a Christmas sweatshirt that was really cute. Expensive, but it was cute. I bought a couple little Christmas gifts. And I think that's it. Besides what I'm about to show you. There is a booth that's, I don't know if they've been there for the 25 years, but they've been there for a long time. They sell hot cocoa mixes and hot tea mixes, and I am not super crazy about hot tea. I've tried, you know, some herbal teas, and I'll drink it thinking I'm getting the good benefits, and I have to like add a lot of honey to it for me to be able to tolerate it. But I love, and it's a tea blend, and you know, I don't even know how much tea is in here. I guess I could look at the ingredients. But they've got two that I just love, and I always buy several boxes. And they're decaffeinated. They have decaffeinated tea in it. You know, they're not a healthy tea. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Because they do have sugar in it, and a lot of cellulose gum. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, so I went ahead and took one box, and it's a cranberry tea, and this is my favorite. I just put it in a pint-sized jar and used this up. This just tastes like cranberry. That's what I've got here. And you just put, I do like 2 heaping teaspoons of it, and then pour hot water, and it just dissolves immediately. And let me tell you, I love it. It's so delicious. It's not good for you, I know. And then I get this Fiesta tea that is, it's a citrusy, Christmassy kind of tasting. I haven't opened this one yet, but this is how it comes. They do have a website, and I'm going to keep this. It's called cheerstoyou.com. Cheers to you, but it's cheerstoyou.com. The Fiesta tea and the cranberry tea, I highly recommend. They are delicious. And if you like, especially during the cold months, I like to at nighttime sip on something hot, and I don't need to drink coffee because we buy caffeinated coffee. But this is decaffeinated, and it's just, it tastes like a hot, sweet cranberry juice, kind of. It's so good. I'm not sponsored or anything. They don't even know my name. But, alright, I'm going to put in, this is about 1/2 cup of nuts. And this is about, so probably 3/4 cups of nuts. I'm using pecans. You use what you like. Okay, and so we're just going to give this a quick mix. Don't want to break up anything. So I can get this out. This is a Bosch mixer. Again, I'm not sponsored by anybody. You know, I'm just a little country cook out here. But I love it. I love it better than my KitchenAid. My KitchenAid, the motor started acting up on it. And so I got this. And I love it. You see a lot of YouTubers out there that's got these. And they got affiliated links and stuff for them. But not me. I just bought it and I like it. Okay, that was some paper. What is that? Some paper stuck to my counter. Okay, I'll deal with that in a little bit. Alright, loaf pans. Hang on. Okay, I've just got this cornware loaf pan. I did spray it and I put some parchment rounds in the bottom. And I'm wondering if this might make more than this. Because that's a lot of batter, folks. Yeah. Fool me once. I think it's going to be enough. I've got my oven preheated to 350. When I put this in, we're going to go back to the soup, do a taste test and see what it needs, if anything. Get them chocolate chips out of the bottom. Well, how about that? That was just the perfect amount. I just thought that this would be, I'd have to get a little second one out. Alright, let's see. It says to cook 60 to 65 minutes. You know what? I should have made a second one so we can taste it. Oh, well, I have no doubt it'll be good. Okay. Got some stickage going on in the bottom. That looks delicious. Some meat, a mushroom. Let's see. There we go. We'll do that. Okay, I know it's hot. It's gonna have to cool for a little bit. What else is hot? That. Oh, that was hot. That's a hot bite. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna add some garlic. I should have added that earlier, but we're just gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. But it's got such a good taste. That sausage is so good in here. And I'm not a big sausage person, like sausage in recipes. I mean, I like breakfast sausage, but very, very good. And the cream cheese ended up melting and blending in really good. So we're good on that. Get a wooden spoon, maybe it won't keep the heat so long. Hot. delicioso. Look at some good stuff right there. That is too. Okay, so I've got it in the oven. I got my timer set. I'm gonna start checking it at about 50 minutes. And dadgum, I'm sorry y'all not gonna be able to see me shove that in my pie hole and give y'all my opinion on it. But I'll let you know after Thanksgiving. But I think that's, I tasted the batter, and the batter is right on time, so I know it'll be good. I'm just going to turn the soup down on low. I might just put it on my heat dial. Put the top on it just for it to stay warm until Christopher gets home. I'm going to do what I do every day. I'm going to empty the dishwasher, and then I'm going to load it back up. Turn it on before I go to bed. Y'all do that? I'm really bad. I don't know why. And sometimes I just don't cook that much. But I have always got a load of dishes in the dishwasher. Always. Always and forever. Oh, and, if you watched my last 4 or 5 videos, I said I was going to start, the sourdough starter, and I'm going to try my hand at sourdough. Never done sourdough before. I ordered some sourdough starter off of eBay, just to make it easier on myself. And so my starter did it. I've been feeding it and blah, 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 blah. And so I made my first attempt at sourdough bread. I did a sourdough sandwich bread. Was not going to record that because it would be a fail, I know, for the first time doing it. So I wanted to wait until I'm an expert to show y'all. But anyway, I did make a loaf, and it turned out good. It was good. It was a little more sour than I like. I think that I need to discard more. But we'll talk about that when I got the ins and outs of it. But I made the sourdough. I made 2 loaves. It ended up, it was, this has been a couple of days, so it has, started hardening up some. But the texture, the crumb, I love it. It did not, I wanted it to dome on top. I got to work on that. But anyway, for my first try ever at sourdough bread, I think it was okay, and I know what I need to do different. So once I've got that down pat, we'll do a sourdough video. And really and truly, I know that if you do it a lot, it will become second nature to you. I know it. But I don't make breads a lot. We don't eat a lot of sandwich breads. I make my no-knead bread a lot to have with dinners, but we don't eat a lot of sandwich breads. I know how to make a sandwich bread. I know how to make different kinds of just yeast sandwich breads. So I don't know that I would be making sourdough a lot for it to be second nature to me. So I don't know, but I just want that skill under my belt, and I'm going to do it. So I will be back when we get ready to eat. We'll get Chris's opinion on the soup. And when the cake is ready, we'll look at it. We can't eat it because it's for my family, but we'll look at it and I'll smell it and tell you what it smells like. I just had a panic moment. I just checked on the bread and I was like, oh, I didn't put vanilla in it. And so I looked back over the recipe and it don't call for vanilla. But I would have put vanilla in it, but it don't call for it. So I didn't miss a step, but I would have. I want y'all to look. 5:20. It's been dark since 5 o'clock. I do not like this time change. If daylight savings time was a person, I would punch him in the throat. I can't stand it. Y'all like it? Ooh, I can't stand it. Sunday, it was like 5 o'clock. It had gotten dark. And Chris was sitting down. And I said, it feels like it's 8 o'clock. And he says, I know. And because it's dark, I feel like it's time to get ready and go to bed. I can't stand it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But anyway, the top of it, it still is doughy in the middle. That's my alarm to check it, but I just checked it. And the top was getting brown, so I put a piece of aluminum foil over it, you know, to keep the top from getting too dark. Because we don't like a too dark cake, do we? Nah, I'll be back. Oh, and I did change clothes because I emptied the dishwasher, and then my big bowl for the mixer, I had it like balanced on the cutting board high up. And so I filled it up with water, and I went to get a rag to go in there and wash all that cake batter out, and it slipped over. All that water flew on me, down on the floor. I got a beach towel down here soaking up all the water. So I immediately had to go and change. So I just went ahead and got my leopard skin pajama pants on and this t-shirt, so I can be comfy when I fill my belly with this soup. Alright, I just mixed up some dough, some bread dough to make some garlic breadsticks to go with this. And they're almost ready to start baking. It's okay, guys. It's okay to use convenience foods. You don't, I love to make stuff from scratch. Love it. It's a passion of mine. But on weeknights, when I've worked, it's okay to use a packaged garlic breadstick. Now on the weekends, I would probably make these. But for tonight, we're going with convenience. So when the bread comes out, I want to say cake because it's not really a bread, but you know, it's a quick bread. When the bread comes out, I'm going to stick this in, and this is back there. He's taking his bath, shower, whatever, and we'll be ready to do a taste test for y'all. Okay, I got Chris. He's going to do a taste test of the soup. It's hot.
Blow it harder. The flavor is just like right on the tip of my tongue. No, it's good.
This is good.
Thumbs up. Okay, it was delicious. No, it was good. I'm just kidding. It is good.
Mmm. You didn't even get a needle.
That didn't make me grunt.
It's delicious. One thing you can do to jazz it up, make it a little bit more healthier, you can throw some spinach in there. That'd be very good. I can't wait to eat a big old bowl of it with the breadsticks. Okay, I'm still waiting on the cake. I just stuck a toothpick in it, came out, and it was gooey, and we're probably going on 65 minutes now. Okay, I just finished eating. I've got the pumpkin bread out of the oven. It had like a little burnt spot right here, and I popped it off, and it tastes good. It is good. So I will, when this completely cools, I will wrap it in saran wrap and then wrap it in foil and stick it in the freezer to take to the mountains with us. So thanks guys for being here. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time.